Well, just let's talk about Starboy Amad Diallo, currently injured. There is rumor that he might be back before the season ends because it was projected he could be
Yeah,
back,
he's
just
coming
like
back to play
Lisandro.
the Europa League
Yeah, it
semi-final.
was projected that he might be back next season. But of course, Amad Diallo, just to me, he has emerged as a revelation for Robin Amorim this season, especially. He has clutch moments. Josh, if you remember the penalty against Man City, the derby, 90th minute,
Yeah,
the winning goal, that was extremely, extremely nice. That shows he's growing, rather his growth. The impact he has every time he's on the pitch. He has played at front, rather as almost as a striker. He's played behind the striker, and he has played as a wing back for Ruben Amorim, and he has averaged around 1.5 dribbles, Josh, and of course 1 key pass per game. His work rate, Josh, is quite, especially now I'm talking about defensive when it comes to work rate. Dropping back, defending, running with the ball up front. His finishing, Josh, is also nice. He fits in so well into Amarim's system.
that's
You know,
why I think
he's
Ruben
mm,
Amorim is not so concerned that he missed out on Queda, because I
uh,
do believe that Amad Diallo is going to be a wing
actually
back at
about
Manchester
Queda.
United.
United, where I read earlier yesterday that United were notified Chelsea is making a move. Chelsea is moving pounds, to get Queda, and United were reluctant because for them to make such signings, they need to first sell players. And Sporting Lisbon wanted the money; they didn't want to wait. United just told him it's okay, have him go. But
We
I
do
think,
have Amad Diallo. We do have Amad Diallo, and he's going to
well,
play as a wing back.
I prefer to have another option, Josh. We have Diallo who can play
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah,
front.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He can
No,
play
he's not
up
going to
front
play
very
up
well.
front. He's not
Yeah,
going
he
to
can
play up
play.
front.
No, I'm just saying he can play behind the striker and maybe
Yeah.
as a wing back. That is something very good. We do not want to be stuck with Diego Dallo. Just the other
Yeah.
player to me, I want to talk about Manuel Ugarte. I think those are the only
Oh
players.
yeah.
Yes, he's still, we haven't seen much from him, the injuries and all that. But Ugate's tenacity, Josh, has also bolstered our midfield, like it or not. Of course, with this display against Liverpool, was it in January? The tackles. But the only thing is, he didn't. He came under Eric Ten Hag, but barely used under Eric Ten Hag. Josh, that also is good to quote. But now he's a regular. His tackles, the interceptions, defensive pivot compliments. His defensive moves and everything complements Amorim's structure. And it looks like he's been so good with Bruno Fernandes, by the way, Josh.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He's
yeah,
been
yeah.
good with,
He's
but
the he
Casemiro has
actually
also improved
he's a
in the
perfect
last few
partner
games.
for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno
Mm,
Fernandes is such a good player that he actually doesn't mind who plays against around him, who partners
mm.
him. He will actually bring the best out of that player in one way or another. But Ugarte is a proper bowler, and I would like for him to be more available for selection, and maybe
We
recover
just need to have
quickly
all
and
players
stuff
back,
like that.
Josh. We
Yeah,
just need to have
a
all
quick
players back.
mention to Delict. I think
Please. I've
Delict,
forgotten
yeah,
the league.
the
Yeah,
Delict
he
has been
deserves a mention.
yeah, Delict has been quite a standout player for us this season, and
Mm.
the three at the back only makes him even a much, much, much better player, because he allows Man United to play an extra player at the back like Harry Maguire.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Overall, just to me, I think. Okay, I'll say this: United 60% plus possession. Of course, 15 shots per game under Ruben Amorim reflect a shift in dominance, Josh. But we've conceded a lot of goals. 41 goals conceded highlight defensive issues, Josh. We are so fragile behind. We need players. We need more CBs. We need more better wing backs that are players that are suited to play in those positions. And of course, we've talked about Aiden Heaven. I think he's a star in the making. Lisandro Martinez, I miss those passes. I miss those passes. I hope he comes back better. The league, you just talked about him. He's improving every game. I remember Scholes, throwing shades and, saying all the crap you talked about him. But recently he said, yeah, he's done so well. He ate his words. But Maguire, yes, he's okay. But if a better offer comes for him, let him go.
offer
Luke
who
Shaw,
can
I don't
offer
even.
for Maguire?
Well, Ipswich can do. Wolves can do.
Ipswich,
But
they
anyway,
want to pay that money.
we need at least two CBs, Josh. We need two wing backs. We need two midfielders. Of course, we need a striker. We have Chido Obi Martin, but we need an already made striker who will grow, rather, who will have
I
Chido Obi
don't, I
Martin grow
don't,
under
I
his
don't,
wings.
I don't think we are going to be going that route.
No, well, we have to because we see, look at Aiden Heaven. You know, these kids need time, Josh. You don't just throw
They
them in
do,
games.
but you see, the role of a modern day striker varies hugely depending on a team's style of play. So it is going to be very
Well, Josh,
difficult
no, just
for.
look. If you say that, very good.
Mm,
Depending on the team's style of play. If you're
yes,
saying that, look at what Rasmus Hoyland. I mean, how many goals has he given us?
zero.
You've talked about style of exactly. That means he's not
Yeah,
the right man. And Joshua
yeah,
Zaxi is not the right man up front, but he's the right man behind the striker. So maybe
yeah.
we need to go all. I agree. Chido Obi Martin is a very. I want him to be starting games, but he cannot play full games. Josh, he's still a kid. He has to be nurtured. So break the bank for Isaac. Go pay 150 million for Isaac and bring him on.
Yeah. But you see, football's evolution has facilitated the diversification of goal scoring. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just scoring, getting on the score sheet isn't the be all and end all of a striker today. I mean, there are so many things that you must be doing right. I mean, it's not just hitting the target. They will assess you in every aspect of your game. I mean, the pressing, do you hold the ball up, and
Yeah.
things like that. So, I mean, for the slickiest striker,
Mm.
I mean, Ruben Amorim has to groom Chido Obi Martin. While we can't, I don't think that United is in a position to spend 150 million on a player
Of
like
course, I
Isak.
know. Yeah, we have
Yeah,
financial issues, but
I mean, for
okay,
me,
then you go
bringing
get
another
Gyökeres.
average,
The
yeah,
only
for me,
problem why I
bringing in
want Isaac
and pay
is
80
EPL proved.
and pay 80.
No, no, no. 8 is a
Yeah,
lot of money.
but you see, Gyökeres has also been playing in the Championship in England. He was playing for
Mm.
Coventry before he went to Sporting Lisbon.
And by then he wasn't scoring goals, Josh.
But he was getting there.
But yeah, once again, guys, please do subscribe. Josh, before we wrap it up, so Amorim to be back, should he be with the 120 days, the 4 months that you've seen, should he be backed in the
A
summer?
hun- 100%,
Very
100%.
good. I also say the
I
same. Please
wouldn't
do
like
subscribe.
to make, I wouldn't
Mm,
like to make signings for the sake. Like I had this
no, me too, me too, me too, me too.
disturbing rumor that won't go away. I think it was a copy and paste from
Mm,
January transfer window or
mm.
last summer transfer window, and they put it on the back pages of the Daily Mail about Gerard Brantwaite, the Everton guy. Why
I
would
actually
you?
don't want him.
That is almost equivalent signing Gerard Brantwaite, yeah,
Go to
for 50 million pounds.
South America
Is
and get three
equivalent.
good players.
It's equivalent to Ed Woodward giving Phil Jones a contract
A country.
extension while he was in the sick bay. I mean, it's criminal. Why would you get Gerard Brantwaite for what?
Well,